I don't care. You guys can do somersaults behind the desk. I really don't care. You can play baseball, wiffle ball. You can throw football in the lobby. As long as business is taken care of, that's the only thing that I'm concerned with. Have fun. Absolutely. Don't lose focus on what's in front of you. Don't lose focus on what's in front of you. Don't lose focus on what's in front of you. Because what happens when you do is that always comes back and you got to wind up doing it again. And have fun with what you're doing. There's no question. I get these guests, this guest calls me today. This James Dukes guy wants to bitch about a $34 breakfast. Okay? Now, understanding that Rachel said, you need to, understanding that earlier Rachel said, always give the guest an option. That's exactly true. Never say no to a guest, but always give them an option. I won't be, unfortunately, I won't be able to accommodate that request, but this is what I can do. Tell the guest what you can do. Okay? And this guy, it is what it is. Have fun with it. Don't take it personally. Don't, because the guest isn't upset with you, they're upset at the situation. You have to understand that. And there's nothing wrong, like I said, Mr. Jose, I apologize. How can I take care of this for you? You'd be surprised. You start asking that question, I don't think you start handing out as many coupons. It's almost like the guest comes to the desk and it's a knee-jerk reaction. The guest complains, boom, 2 breakfast coupons. Boom, 2 breakfast coupons. Boom, 2 breakfast coupons. I get that, if that's really what it is. And I'm sure that there is a thread of truth to that. I get that. But are we really listening, as Tasha said earlier? Are we really listening? Are we actively listening to what the guest is saying? It's no different than not too long ago when, prior to Rachel getting here and I was the front office manager, you got a family checking in, the kids are screaming. All right. Tell you, what's the best thing for a screaming kid? Stick something in their mouth, right?
Lollipop.
Lollipop, okay, you got the marketplace right next door. Mr. Jose, the kids look like they probably want to eat something. Can I get them a candy bar or an ice cream or whatever you get? Sure, yeah. Quiets the kids down, the parents are like, oh my God, thank you very much. I can check. You guys are marvelous. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, not to take over this meeting, but I think there's a couple of things here that are pretty powerful. Obviously, I think, and it's kind of what I get from the group is, we can all do better at communicating. It's kind of one rule I kind of go by is the W's. Who, what, when, where, and how. If you think about that with regards to, well, who's it going to affect, what's it going to affect, where is it going to affect, you think about that, kind of won't, that's kind of, and it really comes down to, and Rachel will tell you this, over-communicating isn't a bad thing. Over-communicating isn't a bad thing. Follow-up isn't a bad thing, but I think there's some issues of communication. I think there's some issues, some fundamentals that looks like we need to get back to. Pre-op stuff. I think there's an opportunity with regards to communication from housekeeping as far as, one contact at the desk. We can talk about that later. That'll simplify what happens with getting rooms turned, stuff like that. But, and I think cross-training, there's no question about it. You need to ride around on that van. You need to see what, everybody needs to understand what the van drivers go through.
It helped me because I never knew how long it took to clean a room, so I cleaned one. Never.
Well, and also what's in, exactly how long it takes, but also what's involved as well.
Right.
So, it's...
you got to before the display. You got to crease it. It's just, get it?
So, yeah, no, it's pretty intense. I think the other thing, too, is, you also need to hang with, the bellman, you need to hang at the desk, you also need to hang with the bellman, because, these guys come down and, hey, take me to Knoxville. Hey, okay. I'm not saying no, there's a place and time for everything, but we have to make sure that we are fundamentally consistent with what? We're an airport hotel, so it's going to the airport and coming from the airport. On top of that, there's the crew component. It's a very important piece of business for us. It's a very important piece of business for us. You look at what we did, not last week, but the week prior with HMS. That's all, again, and Gaylord is competing for group business that traditionally has always been ours. And that's because it's that bad out there. We consistently go up against the Renaissance. Because HMS was a piece of business that we closed against the Marriott up the street. And that's a newly renovated hotel. Why did we do that? Because the meeting planner felt that when she signed the contract that we would take care of her needs better than the Marriott would.
That's good.
It's a $400,000 piece of business. Everybody got paid. Everybody got paid. You see what I'm saying? You know, I mean, guys, what we sell is the experience. Think about that. It's not clean guest rooms. It's not hot food hot. It's not cold food cold. It's about selling the experience. It's like going to a good party. Do you remember the color of the carpet? No. Do you remember the color of the wall vinyl? No. Do you remember what the ceiling looked like? No. You just remember it was a good party. It was great service. You had a great time. You're talking about the party. It's the same thing here. So if you have a guest that's a problem, meaning they have a problem, then take ownership of it. You have the empowerment to go ahead and do that. Has anybody ever gone back and said, yo, you just 10 cents off this folio for phone calls, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? No, nobody said that. You know, I mean, none of that's been communicated. You know, and you know, guys, Bellman and the drivers, and you know, I mean, you guys own that Portica share. If it doesn't look clean, then do something about it. Be insatiable about it, because that's, you know, if you step up, it's no different than, you know, when you go home and you drive by, you drive through your neighborhood and you can see your neighbors, yeah, nice yard, nice yard. Yeah, that yard looks like crap. Okay? It's not kept. The yard's not mowed. This, what do you think that sense of arrival is? That person must be slob. You see what I'm saying? Cigarette butts in the ashtrays. I mean, that's, you know, this is all fundamental stuff. I mean, you know what I mean? If you don't like hanging with people, then you need to go find something else to do, because you're not being fair to yourself. Like I said, nice only gets us so far. It's active and engaged. That's what makes the difference. That meeting planner from HMS flat out said, if I was the owner of the Marriott, I'd be livid. I got a new innovative product. How do I not book this? How do I not close on this $400,000 piece of business? What is it that the Shared Music City's doing? It's about the experience. She knew, something told her in her gut that we would take care of their business more than anybody else, or better than the Marriott would. And she was right. She was absolutely right. There's no question about it. It was a phenomenal meeting for them. Everybody was in the ballroom flipping tables. I was in the ballroom flipping tables for the 4 days straight. Don't lose a smile. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Don't lose a smile. And as much of a pain in the ass it is sometimes with the problem guests, you have to follow through. Come here, I'll take care of your issue for you. I'm going to handle this for you, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, thank you very much. Cool, that's what it is. That's it. We're not going to be perfect. I understand that. I understand that. But there's some things that we can do that make all the difference in the world. Yeah, we don't have renovated rooms. Okay, so what? Did it carry HMS? No, it didn't. No. Like I say, may not be the most handsome boy in high school, but will be the boy that loves you the best. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What can I do?
Okay. Sorry to take over your meeting. I need to run because I got a conference call. Thank you very much for your time. And make no mistake, we will drop the ball like we did in March. That's understandable. What I'm more concerned about is how well we pick up the ball. You want to work at the desk? You're very active and engaged. You do it. See? Do that to a gas? Boy, he'll be tipping you $50 bills. Think about that.